Hey guys, so here we are again. This is the officially unofficial Geek channel here on YouTube, and I am your host, Carrie Quinn, as always. And this, if you're clicking on this video, then you know what we're doing here. We're doing the officially unofficial Geek channel comic roundup for this week. We're a little late again doing it. Normally I get this video up like by Saturday, if not earlier, and it is now 8:08 on Sunday. Why is it not up yet? Well, why am I just filming it now? Well, so like a lot of people, I spent a lot of time during the COVID pandemic not seeing family. And yeah, so last weekend, the reason why it was a little bit late is because I was seeing extra special glimpse into my life. I was finally seeing my parents, my mom and dad for the first time in like a year, almost to the like a year, like almost to the day, actually. I kind of went down to the last time I was in Henry. I had gone down to do some photography for my book release that I released back in October of poetry. And if you're into poetry, it's Tin Woman Elsewhere Out of Henry, available on Amazon, available in Kindle and paperback form. Tin Woman Elsewhere Out of Henry, available on Amazon by Carrie Quinn. Anyways, so I did like a little like photography session at different points in the town, and I used one of the photographs as the cover for the book. And that was the last time I was in Henry, which was last June. So when so last weekend, I was a little bit late getting my video up for comics because I got to see my parents, and I was also going around to some townwide garage sales. I was looking for geeky stuff, and it really didn't work out too well for us. I mean, we found a couple things, but nothing really. I was looking to hopefully do a haul video involving geeky finds at the garage sales, and it didn't work out. We just didn't find much, and it was really hot that day, to be completely frank with you. It was really hot, so I have to wonder if some people that were planning to do garage sales just decided, you know, fuck it, we're not gonna do it, which is fine. Believe me, I do not blame them. So that was why my video was late last week. Well, this week my video that normally goes up, like I said, by Saturday or earlier, was actually late because this Saturday, like just yesterday, I got to see my sister and some other people, some friends, family, for the first time. Primarily my sister and her boyfriend, and then a close friend of ours that is like family to me. I got to see them for the first time in about a year and a half, if not longer. So I got to see my sister and her boyfriend, who's, you know, like family to me, and also one of the people that they live with that's been like family to me for years. And I got to see them for the first time in like over a year and a half. So that is why I'm late. So, oh well. You know, and it was one of the things that, you know, it was like, okay, you know, I could be sitting here doing my video talking about comics, or I could be out doing something completely fun and wonderful. And not that the doing the videos for the comics isn't completely fun and wonderful. It really does. I do really enjoy coming and talking to you guys here about everything that I talk about, not just the comics, but other stuff on the channel. But it was really something that I needed. I really needed to be in my sister Kelly's presence. It was really cool. So Um, yeah, one of my favorite people. Actually, three of my favorite people. And if I have a list of favorite people, um, I got to see three of them for the first time in like a year and a half, and Joe was with me too. So you know, and he's really fond of them as well, and they're really fond of him. So, and hopefully they're fond of me since they're some of my favorite people. Uh, I'm sure they are, but so despite the fact that I don't have a lot of comics to talk to you guys about today, um, that's why I'm a little late doing this. But you know what? I'm really excited that I got to do that, and I'm really a happy girl because I got to do that. Um, so this week I'm going to be talking to you guys about four comics, just four this week. But next week, oh my goodness, there's a whole stack of things that I'm going to be reading. Um, and I'm going to try my best to get the video up on time on Saturday. I'm going to probably postpone my other reading. I just started a book. If you're into books, if you're into more than just comics, the Dread Nation is actually by Justina Ireland is actually pretty good so far, but just about, I'm like not far into it. I'm probably about anywhere from 50 to 100 pages into it. So I just started it, so I'm probably going to minimize how I'm reading those once I get my comics this week and maximize my comic reading so I can try to get this out to you guys definitely next week on Saturday, or even earlier if possible. But let's get to the comics because we got, like I said, we got four here. I'm not going to keep you guys too horribly long. I'm going to try not to talk your ear off. So let's get started. First off, we have from Titan Comics, we have the Doctor Who Missy comic. We've got Missy. It's Missy number 3. It's the third issue here in Missy's little adventure of stolen TARDIS. I'm assuming the TARDIS has been stolen because I don't think that Missy, if she were to steal another TARDIS, that she would keep it looking like the phone box, unless for some reason she's secretly into the phone box look. But Missy, of course, is just, there's not a lot to talk about with this. What's really kind of cool about this issue, and I did enjoy it, and I do really enjoy anything Missy, especially the Michelle Gomez master Missy. I like love to hate her, love to love her at some points. She is still keeping up the facade that she is the Doctor, and she has another one of her incarnations, and so you can tell that the master is starting to be a little bit suspicious of Missy. Like, wait, the Doctor doesn't act like that kind of stuff. And so she's like, okay, well, let's go back in my past and we're gonna find this key. And so she's taking the Master not only back in their past, or her past, or excuse me, not only back in the Doctor's past, but also in the Master's past. So we do see a little bit of past Masters here as well, like the John Sims Master, about the time that End of Time parts 1 and 2 happened, more specifically the beginning of End of Time part 1, when John Sims' master was brought back from the dead with the ceremony that was done. And I'm not, you know what, if I'm giving you any spoilers involving Doctor Who, I'm sorry, but that is the basis of it. And you know my comic reviews are some spoilery. She's also taking him, when he starts kind of getting a little bit suspicious, she's also taking him like to points where she has been in the Doctor's history, to points where she can kind of make it seem like the Doctor is the master. One point in particular is during Peter Capaldi's time period as the Doctor, where if you are a Doctor Who fan, you would recall the episode "The Magician's Apprentice," I believe is the name of it, where the Doctor is kind of bopping about in medieval times, and he's like he somehow has found a tank, and he's rolling in for his axe battle, where he thinks that the axe is a guitar, so he's playing a guitar because Peter Capaldi could play guitar. She shows him like that part. She shows him other stuff, and they're trying to find this key. Now, they obviously do not find it, so we're moving forward in this, and obviously we're going to keep going with this one. And I really did enjoy it. I obviously, like I said, I enjoy Missy very much so, and we'll keep reading this one. So the next one, let me get a drink of water real quick here. The next one that we have to talk about is Catwoman. Okay, so normally, you guys know me. Every time that I have talked about a Catwoman issue, it's usually near the top of my list. Okay, it's not like it was bad. It was not bad. It wasn't bad. This is one of those, okay, so if you have been keeping up with the Urban Legends issues. Wow. Okay, guys. Hi, that was weird. Sorry about that, but apparently my camera decided just on my laptop just decided to stop recording. So we were talking about Catwoman. Okay. So, if you've been reading like the Urban Legends Batman series, and it's just like an anthology of like different stories going on within the Batman universe. Okay, so like when you grab that one, you're thinking it's going to be like urban legends of, stuff that might not be completely canon or true, but it's, kind of fantastical things because of the term urban legends being used. But then you go and you read it and you find out actually this is actually just kind of an anthology of tales that are within that realm, that area of being attached in some way to Gotham or Batman. But it's not really urban legends. It's actually kind of following some storyline. Now, here in Catwoman number, what is it? Number 32? Catwoman number 32. It's like Selena Kyle. It's like, how do you know Selena Kyle kind of stories? And so you have a number of stories. Basically, different people are trying to find out what makes Selena Kyle tick, because there's different people trying to find her. There's different. You have people that claim that they're like, hey, we just want to help her. There are people that are definitely out to kill her, and you have that kind of thing. You have this different people getting approached to talk about how they know and how they met and how they came to work with Selena Kyle and what they know about Selena. And so in the story, you have Selena Kyle because obviously people are telling stories about how they met her and they came to be around her, but you also, like, it doesn't actually tackle any part of Selena's track, other than the fact that it is talking to people that we have seen in Selena's story before. So I'm thinking that this coming month we're going to be seeing kind of a little bit more action involving moving forward with the story involving Ivy, um, and the drugs and everything like that. That's going to be starting to move forward, and I think it's just me personally. My theory is that it's just a matter of time before, um, much to her dismay, because she's trying to avoid. Why she's not really going outside of Alleytown is she's trying to avoid Bruce. She's trying to avoid Batman because of, well, the fact that they were supposed to get married, and she ended up not marrying him. They're both a little sad about that, and it definitely has come up in her comic book that she is sad about that, and she's not supposed to be. They had made the agreement that they weren't going to get in each other's way. They weren't going to um, they weren't going to encounter each other for I think it was at least a year. They weren't going to go out of their way to meet up for or meet, run into each other. They were going to try really hard not to run into each other for a year, even though, well, the best laid plans, guys. I do think based on everything happening in Batman, everything happening in Urban Legends, particularly with the Jason Todd Red Hood tale, and what's happening in Catwoman, and the fact that we know since, reading Harley Quinn also that somebody is going to be coming in contact very soon with that whole, everything's going to be colliding soon, in my opinion. I think this is personally my opinion. I have read stuff where people are also making this assumption, but it is an assumption based on what I'm seeing about previews for upcoming issues of certain books and what have you, that we are going to be amping this up, and this is kind of like one of those issues that's kind of like, okay, so it's the calm before the storm kind of thing. I think that this issue, while it was not terrible, it was not the best, but the reason it is because we've had a lot of excitement. We've had a lot of bing bang boom with Catwoman, especially in last month's issue. A lot of bing bang boom, a lot of things happening, and it's like, okay, guys, calm down for a bit because we're about ready to rip this open. That's what I think is happening. I may be wrong. I can be wrong. It happens. It happens from time to time that I'm wrong, and maybe this is a point when I'm wrong. But based on this is my educated scientific hypothesis that I've come to based on research. Watch me doing this research involving this story and upcoming previews that I've seen for stuff coming. There you go. So that's it for Selena Kyle and Catwoman. We will be seeing her again very soon. Obviously, obviously in her issue next month, if not sooner. I'm of the opinion that, considering the information that Selena has, and it's the same information that Batman has, and unless Selena is wanting to sit there and roll her, twiddling her thumbs and waste time. She's there's no, the natural progression of the story as it pertains to Ivy, which I think is the more interesting storyline. I think that this holdover from the Joker War involving Penguin hiring someone to kill Selina is not the interesting storyline here, and I think to me it's not the interesting storyline. I think to me the interesting storyline comes from her, finding at least one of the Ivies here in captivity, and she knows, based on the information she got in the last issue, who's doing this. And if you were also reading Batman, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, Batman's also handling this as well. He's well aware of the connections here to Simon Saint. So I think it's the calm before the storm, and I am now done talking about Catwoman. We're moving on to Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow 1. This is, I believe, an 8-issue set here. This was actually really good. I had high hopes for it, and it did deliver. So what I really love about this is Supergirl's search for kind of how do I want to put this? I love the fact that she wants to have normal experiences outside of her powers of Supergirl, being Supergirl, being Kryptonian. So when she turned 21, she wanted to go someplace where she can have the full experience of being 21 and drinking and getting drunk and having that experience that everybody else gets. But if she tried to do that on Earth, it really wouldn't work out for her because she's Supergirl. So she goes to another planet and she is there, and she ends up running into this girl who has sworn vengeance against the man that has killed her father. But she also understands that maybe I'm not the best prospect to get this job done. Maybe I need to hire someone. As much as I feel like I could really kick this guy's ass, I'm going to use the sword that my father was killed with and hire someone to help. Well, she tries to hire someone in this particular bar that Supergirl happens to be in, and this guy's a dick, and Supergirl ends up helping the girl. And Supergirl's like, look, I'm not from around here. I'm not going to be sticking around. I am not the person to help you in this situation. So Supergirl's trying to leave, and a bunch of people show up, including that girl, like, basically swims across, like, a huge lake or river thing to get to Supergirl, because she is hell-bent on having Supergirl help her. Now, Supergirl is also traveling with Krypto, and something happens at the end of the issue. And I'm not thrilled at the prospect of what could be happening right now. And I personally am really hoping that it doesn't happen. I'm looking at you, DC. I'll be very upset if it happens, because the number one thing you do not do is... I better be seeing Krypto walking around happy, doing barkity bark bark things. Anyways, so it was a great issue. Obviously, it ended on quite the cliffhanger. So to make sure that within a month I am a-okay, I am going to be getting that second issue. Mm. And yeah, so don't do it. Don't you dare. Crypto is a cutie. Anywho, okay, so ends on a cliffhanger. Really great story, really great art. I really love the. It's kind of told through the eyes and narration in part of the girl, and I do like that. I do like seeing Supergirl in the situation through her eyes and her desire to put the situation better. So, really good. I talked enough about that. I'm freaking out over crypto, but I think it's going to be okay in the end. So, anyways, okay, so that brings us to the last comic of this week, and therefore, it is the comic of the week because I pick one every week. And who else is it but Mr. Nightwing? Mr. Dick Grayson. Let me tell you, this was fantastic. Where we last left Mr. Grayson, Mr. Nightwing, he was facing Heartless down. And so, of course, Dick is not just going to let Heartless just kind of stand there. So he starts fighting Heartless, and Heartless is like, oh yeah, by the way, you know, I'm doing all this other crap too. And Tim has taken all the children that were in that area and all the people and taken them, you know, ran them down this pier. And the problem is Heartless has rigged the end of the pier next to the shore to explode. There's an explosion. So you got Tim Drake, Robin, and all these kids at the end. And the thing that I'm bringing this up and everything, and there's a big cliffhanger at the end, and I'm not going to tell you about that one because I've told you enough shit. And it's really interesting because I am really kind of curious to see where that shit's going. But anyway, so one of the things that Dick is sitting there and he's just like, so we know that Dick has inherited all this money from Alfred, and he's trying to figure out, like, what do I do with this? Like, I want to invest money in this community in Bloodhaven, and I want to do good with this money. I don't want to just sit on it. I want to do things, you know. I want to inspire and I want to do great things and help people. And he's sitting there and he's just like, man, you know, we need to, you know, try to, you know, get on a frequency and try to get boats in the area to come and try and help all these children and everything. And so they're trying to, him, Oracle, and Tim are trying to get that all situated, and Dick is just sitting there like, come on, like, make me not regret wanting to put so much into this community. You know, somebody come save these kids. And then it's just this most really wonderful emotional moment when all of a sudden they start having all these boats show up and save all the kids. And then so there's other stuff going on involving the Bloodhaven mayor and everything like that, and swearing someone else new in as mayor. Dick is very interested in everything happening involving that, because of stuff that's happened in previous issues. So Dick gets through all the stuff with Heartless, and then Dick is very interested in all the mayor stuff, and there's a particular reason why. And we kind of end, Dick, who is injured, is ill-advised to go and mess with anything that night, at least, because he's kind of got probably a little bit of a concussion and such. And Tim and Barbara are like, nah, you know what? You need to just kind of sit down for the rest of the evening, and rest, and not do anything else. And of course, Dick's not having it. He's not listening to that garbage, and he's off to do his own thing on his own, even though he probably should just stayed his ass home. And that causes a number of events to happen, and the ultimate cliffhanger for Nightwing, and we're going to be waiting another month to see what's going on with that. So what's up with that? And it's going to be some crazy shit. So just the Nightwing has been hitting it out of the park every month since this new this new kind of, Infinite Frontier started happening. They have been hitting it out of the park. This crew, like Taylor, Redondo, and Lucas, just every month swing and crack that ball to center field. Like, definitely every month. It's been great. So that's it for the comics this week. Please note that we do have other things that we do here on the channel. I will be doing my best to get that, next comic video up by Saturday, or maybe beforehand. Who knows? But we do other stuff here. We do, Monday reviews, and I'm going to be doing another main event video this week. So that will be fun. But in the meantime, please like us on here. Please subscribe. Do all that stuff if you like us. Subscribe, comment, like, share, all that stuff. Please check out our Facebook page. Please also, there's going to be some information about that below. Please also, information on this. Please make sure to follow me on Twitter if you're there. It's at Carrie Q Author on Twitter. That's also, information is going to be below too in the description. So that is the unofficial Geek Channel comic roundup for the week. And I am your host, Carrie Quinn, and I will be seeing you guys soon. And until then, be kind to one another, shop small, and read your comics. Enjoy your coffee. Oh my goodness. Yeah, just be cool. Just be geeky. Be your geeky selves, because you're awesome.